Alan in Rome, thanks. There is much to set straight within the Catholic Church, especially the lingering and long-standing scandal of sexual abuse. There was a reminder of that here at home today. A Roman Catholic priest in Newfoundland was sentenced to 11 years in jail. 75-year-old George Ansel Smith pleaded guilty in Corner Brook to 41 charges of sexual assault and indecent assault involving young boys. The abuse took place over a 20-year period in several western Newfoundland communities. In many cases, Smith groomed his victims, plying them with alcohol and gifts.
Sex and drug ring raided at apartment of high-ranking Vatican Cardinal. Only days after the third highest-ranking member of the Vatican was charged with raping children, another scandal has been uncovered in Rome. By Matt Agarist, July 5, 2017. In 2014, Pope Francis admitted that about 2% or 1 in 50 Roman Catholic priests are pedophiles. He then promised solutions to the history of the Church, essentially condoning the horrid practice. However, in light of recent events, it appears the Pope is either unconcerned with or actually facilitating the abuse and hypocrisy of those within his holy ranks. Within the last few weeks, scandal has plagued the Vatican as the third highest-ranking cardinal, George Pell, was charged with sex abuse against children in Australia. Now, on top of pedophilia, the Vatican can add drug running to its ever-expanding list of corruption. The newspaper, Il Fatto Quotidiano, translated from Italian to The Face Daily, reported last week that Vatican police raided the apartment belonging to the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith. Ironically, that department is charged with, among other things, tackling clerical sexual abuse. The occupant of the apartment is alleged by the paper to be the secretary of Cardinal Francesco Palmerio, head of the Pontifical Council for Legislative Texts and a key advisor to the Pope. Advertisement. Palmerio had reportedly just recommended the secretary, who was charged with running drugs, be promoted to bishop. That promotion is apparently on hold at this time. During the raid, police allegedly walked in on a massive drug-fueled gay orgy taking place, according to the report. Here at the Free Thought Project, we feel that it is anyone's right to do as they please with other consenting adults so long as all parties act voluntarily. If someone wants to host a drug-fueled gay orgy, by all means, host it, as both the drug use and sex are voluntary. What consenting adults do behind closed doors is nobody's business but their own. Read more. Mayor faces 40 years for pleading guilty to distributing meth for group sex. That being said, however, the hypocrisy of the Church in this instance is rife and certainly warrants scrutiny. Moreover, the ages of those involved in the raid have yet to be disclosed, and given the sordid history of the Catholic Church, to say there may have been children present is not an excessive assumption. Also, as Il Fatto Quotidiano reported, the corrupt clergymen were able to use their church jurisdiction to transport drugs freely without worrying about the Italian police. The luxury cars driven by the traffickers all had license plates and official Holy See plaques that allowed them to move about freely without being worried about getting caught. The alleged sex ring has been the subject of recent protests in the area by residents who say they heard and saw many unusual comings and goings of people at all hours of the night. As the Pope preaches reform and claims the Church is ridding itself of problem members, it appears, according to all the recent revelations, that the exact opposite is happening. And, it appears, that it may even be deliberate. According to a recent report out of the AP, Pope Francis has quietly reduced sanctions against a handful of pedophile priests, applying his vision of a merciful Church even to its worst offenders in ways that survivors of abuse and the Pope's own advisors question. It is no secret that the Vatican has been sweeping the issue of pedophilia under the rug for many years. In 2014, the UN issued a scathing report, blasting the Vatican for protecting pedophiles. Read more. Breaking: Rogue Tribal Council votes to evict no DAPL camp, use donated funds to pay off debt. The UN Committee's main human rights investigator, Sarah Oviedo, led the most intense grilling the Holy See has received on the issue, according to a report by the Associated Press. Given the zero-tolerance policy of the Vatican, she asked, why were there efforts to cover up and obscure these types of cases? After observing the sheer number of recent alleged crimes committed by members of the Church, the answer to that question could be quite simple: corruption within the Church is so rampant that cover-ups have become the norm.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.